Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here and investing your time in improving your English and yourself. I woke up in the dark. The first feeling was cold. Cold from the floor under my back and cold from the damp air around my body. The second feeling was pain. A dull pain at the back of my head, like someone hit me hard with something. I tried to open my eyes. The darkness was thick. There was no light at all. I did not know where I was. I did not know how long I had been asleep. I only knew one clear thing. Something was wrong. I tried to move my hands. I could not. My hands were tied behind my back. The rope was tight and my wrists felt numb. I took a deep breath and tried to stay calm, but my heart started to beat faster. I tried to move my legs. My legs were tied too. At that moment, one word appeared clearly in my mind: kidnapped. The last thing I remembered was last night. I finished work late. It was raining. I had just walked out of the parking area when a man asked me for directions. I turned to answer him. Then I heard a loud sound behind my head. And then there was darkness. I swallowed. My throat was dry. I did not dare to scream. Not because I did not want to, but because I did not know if anyone could hear me. And if someone did, would it make things worse? I stayed still and listened. The space around me was very quiet. There was no sound of cars, no sound of people, only the sound of water dripping somewhere, very slow and steady. I guessed I was in a closed room, maybe a basement. The smell of damp air and rusty metal made me feel sick. Time passed very slowly. I had no way to know how long it was. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 1 hour, maybe the whole morning. Suddenly, I heard footsteps. My heart felt like it was jumping out of my chest. The footsteps stopped right in front of me. Then I heard a clicking sound. The door opened. Weak light came in, and I had to close my eyes for a moment. A man stood in front of me. He wore a cap and kept his head low, so I could not see his face clearly. He did not say anything. He just stood there and looked at me for a long time. Being watched in silence made my body feel cold. Finally, he spoke. "You are awake." His voice was calm, which was scary, like this was just a normal talk. Why am I here?" I asked, my voice shaking. He did not answer. He put a bottle of water on the floor and pushed it toward me. "Drink." I looked at the bottle. I was very thirsty, but I did not dare to drink. I did not know what was inside. When he saw me hesitate, he smiled lightly. "If I wanted to kill you, you would not wake up." That sentence did not make me feel safe. It made me even more afraid. He turned around and walked out. The door closed. The darkness covered me again. I sat there with my hands and legs tied, my mind confused. I thought about my family. I thought about my mother. I wondered if they knew where I was. I started to cry. Not loudly, just tears falling without control. I did not know who he was. I did not know what he wanted. I did not know how long I would stay here. Time passed in fear. The second day, or maybe the third day, I wasn't sure, he came back. This time he brought food, a cold meal box. He untied my hands, but my legs were still tied. "Eat," he said. I ate in silence. I did not dare to look at him. I was afraid to see his eyes. "You don't need to be afraid," he said, like he could read my thoughts. "If you cooperate." "Cooperate with what?" I asked. He was silent for a moment. Then he said, "Your family will pay money. When the money is done, you will go home." When I heard that, my heart felt a little lighter, but also much heavier. Lighter because I was not killed. Heavier because I did not know if my family had enough money. "And if not?" I asked quietly. He looked at me. For the first time, I saw his eyes clearly. They looked tired, not angry, not cruel, just empty. "Then we stay here longer." The days after that were the same and very scary. I stayed in the room with no windows. Every day he brought food. No beatings, no shouting, but his calm way made me afraid. I started to notice small details. The time he came, his footsteps, the sound of the lock. I tried to remember everything, even though I did not know why. One time, when he stood up to leave, I asked him, "What is your name?" He stopped. "You don't need to know," he said. "Do you have a family?" I asked. He turned and looked at me. His eyes changed for a moment, just 1 second. "Don't ask unnecessary questions," he said, and then he left. That night, I could not sleep. I thought a lot. I realized one thing. He was not a monster, but that did not mean I was safe. One evening, when he opened the door, I heard a car horn far away. Very faint, but it was real. My heart beat fast. There were people outside. The world still existed somewhere, not too far away. When he turned his back, I saw a phone in his pocket. A crazy idea came in my mind. I knew the chance was very small, but if I did not try, I would stay here forever. The next day, when he bent down to put the food on the floor, I pretended to fall forward. He moved quickly to catch me. In that moment, I touched his pocket. Everything happened too fast, too fast. He noticed right away. He pushed me down onto the floor. "Don't do that," he said, his voice lower. "I don't want to hurt you." I lay there, breathing fast, tears in my eyes, not because of pain, but because of hopelessness. But something strange happened. He did not tie my hands again like before. He stood there for a long time, like he was thinking. Finally, he said, "If you do that again, things will be harder for both of us." Then he left. I did not know what was happening outside. I did not know if my family had paid the money. I did not know if he would keep his promise. But I knew one thing. I had to survive. I had to remember every detail, every sound, every moment. Because if one day I walked out of this room with no windows, I would never forget how it felt to lose freedom. And I would never take safety for granted again. If you find this video interesting and helpful, please give me a like and subscribe.